You're listening to The Shiny Sofa, the official podcast from Latex 24/7, the premier online magazine dedicated to latex fashion news, reviews, and interviews.
Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of The Shiny Sofa. Coming up on the show, we talk about the spring-summer reveal from inflatable latex designer HARRI, the must-have latex accessory, and the new collection from Liquid Disco. Joining us today is Seven Sin owner and designer Natasha Tonks.
When I saw latex, I was like, that's just a whole nother world.
So take a seat on the sofa, make yourself comfortable, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course via latex247.co.uk.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for episode number 8 of The Shiny Sofa, the latex fashion podcast brought to you by Latex 24/7. Each episode will welcome special guests, and I'm so pleased to say that today's special guest is Natasha of Seven Sin Latex. Hi Natasha, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Good, yeah, good, thank you. Yes, good to get a chance to speak to you at last, and good to see you again. It's I believe you've got a car full of latex to get down to the boutique bazaar for tomorrow.
Yes, it's all packed and waiting in the car.
Cool, good stuff. Well, fingers crossed that goes fab for you.
Cool, thanks.
So here at the Shiny Sofa, we like to find out a little bit more about our guests and what makes them tick. In the segment of the show we call the Quickfire Round. We've got a huge list of questions which we feed into our random generator, and our guest has 60 seconds to answer as many quick-fire, multiple-choice questions as they can before their time runs out. Ready, Natasha? Should we go for it?
Absolutely not, but let's do it.
You got this. Let's go. Cool. Here we go then. Pool or beach?
Beach.
Rare or well done?
Both. Medium.
Pizza or Chinese?
Pizza.
Lennon or McCartney?
Robert Smith.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Paris or New York?
New York.
Jeans or sweatpants?
Jeans.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter, but without JK.
Teamwork or flying solo?
Both.
Scary movie or comedy movie?
Comedy.
Long drive or long walk?
Drive.
Calling or texting?
Calling.
Heels or flats?
Flats.
Red pill or the blue pill?
I don't know what the differences are.
Kindle or paperback?
Paperback.
Glass half full or glass half empty?
Full.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Christmas or birthday?
Christmas.
And that sound there means we're at the end of the minute. I make that you got a total of 18.
Oh,
so close. So close. I think that puts you in joint third place with all
everyone.
The people. So let's take a look at some of the recent latex clothing and fashion news stories which we've covered over on latex247.co.uk. We'll start off with the one and only HARRI, who's revealed his Spring-Summer 2024 collection over at London Fashion Week. Of course, HARRI, Indian-born, is someone who caught the attention of the British Fashion Council about 3 years ago now, back in 2020. And he's well known for his inflatable trousers, which is definitely a design that splits opinion. What's your side of it, Tasha? Which side do you fall on?
Well, I can appreciate the time and can appreciate the effort that went into making them.
Yeah.
However, at the risk of sounding like a Philistine, possibly a shady bitch. It doesn't resonate with me.
No?
No. I don't know, it doesn't have any teeth. It's not got any grit.
It's almost a bit too kind of clean and clinical, and
I'm not going to see it at the next torture garden, am I? Like, I'm not going to see somebody walk to torture garden with
not
them.
as inflatable hood, probably not. No.
Or latex devotion. And I, it's nothing that the likes of perhaps maybe Dane Henderson, Bondinage, Pretty Pervy haven't already done or are doing.
Yeah, good point.
So it's nothing new to the fetish world, because there's already designers doing that kind of thing in more wearable pieces.
Yeah.
It might be making headway in, vanilla fashion, because it isn't everyday wear, but I think they're probably more museum pieces to be regarded rather than worn and enjoyed. I
can see that.
It doesn't give me sexy feelings. Like it doesn't get me hot, or it's a zero for me. I'm afraid.
It's certainly something where it's a case of it's on the catwalk. It's there in the public eye, which is a good thing, and it gets people talking about latex. When Sam Smith wore one of his designs at the BAFTAs, I think, last year.
BAFTAs or Brits, wasn't it?
Something about Brits. That was the one. Thanks. Yeah, that's the one. But it certainly got tongues wagging.
But I guess it's art. Art is supposed to get people talking.
Of course,
whether it's they're talking for it or against it. But I don't. It doesn't really do anything for me in the sense that,
Cool. We also touched on some new accessories that were coming from Lollipop Design, a German-based latex couture brand. Now, the accessory that they released was quite an interesting and novel one, which I looked at and thought that's something quite unique, was latex earrings. Very geometric shapes, kind of laser cut latex. I think they're quite different, quite capable of being integrated with other outfits. A nice little latex accessory that somebody could wear that adds that little flair to another outfit.
Yeah, so it just shows how versatile the material can be.
Yeah.
As well. You can make an earring out of it, or, like you said, you can accessorize it to finish like a whole latex outfit.
Yeah.
Or you could just wear it, on date night.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that nod to your kinkier side, perhaps, maybe. Like, like putting... is it an upside down pineapple on your table to signify that you're a swinger or something? I can't remember, but like...
You're teaching me their things now, Natasha.
Oh. I'm going to see you next with a pineapple, an upside down pineapple on your table.
Yeah, it does. It's they're different. They're a conversation starter. And I think as well as that, they're also quite elegant accessories. It's that they are almost even though they are made of latex, they're almost the sort of thing that the way they're made, they can almost blend in and people wouldn't notice them.
Yeah, I don't think you would notice
which
them.
Is quite.
The only thing I would say is because they're holy.
Yeah,
they've got like little holes cut out, haven't they?
Yeah.
Is it tryptophobia where you're scared of holes?
Pass, could be. We'll run with
anyone with that phobia is gonna run a mile.
Run a mile. So head over to the Lollipop website for those. They're available in a variety of different colours and a variety of palettes. So check them out. And they're quite cool. We also covered podcast guest from several months ago, Liquid Disco, who would released her new Cyberlove collection over in Copenhagen. And this was a very Y2K aesthetic collection, which I just absolutely love. I think it's different. It's got some real elements of that cyberpunk collection that were the previous range that was launched. But baggy trousers, quite a sort of palette really of blues and cyans and purples and pinks and things, salmon colours, but also got that slightly sort of edgy trend to it, which I think's sort of mirrors some of the stuff that you guys produce. Really, that's there's that sort of different angle to it, which I absolutely adore.
Yeah, so a complete opposite to the HARRI stuff. I love this. I love this collection. I love the palette.
Yeah,
I love the colour palette. And there's some really nice pieces in that collection as well. It gives me, and again, I'll probably show my age here, but it gives me like and it might not be what she's going for, but I certainly get like a 90s rave kid feel from it.
Yeah.
Like acid and fliffy jackets and
get there with the glow sticks and everything. Yeah.
The Prodigy. I could definitely see people like at Torture Garden or at Kit Kat Club, like dancing to some techno rave.
Definitely.
Wearing some of those things that I really like it. It's got that edge to it. It's what I feel like that the HARRI collection hasn't. It got balls.
It's not afraid to show them. Yeah. No, it's a cracking collection. Really is. We wish Elena the best of luck with that one. I'm sure it'll be as popular as previous ranges have. So that's fab. Cheers, Natasha. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after these short messages.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Polish Latex Care. That's Polysh on polishyourlatex.com and Amazon. Polish is a new female-owned latex care brand based in the United States and is dedicated to popularizing latex in America. As we know, latex is a unique material that requires special attention to keep it looking its best. That's where Polish Latex Care comes in. This brand carries the essentials: cleaner, shiner, and dressing aid to ensure your latex stays healthy and shiny for years to come. The best part? Polish is dedicated to always being cheaper than the major competitors. Don't break the bank on your care products. Save your money for your next catsuit. So, whether you're a veteran in the latex scene or simply learning how to care for your first outfit, Polish is your go-to brand for all your latex care needs. With their affordable line of products, you can keep your wardrobe in pristine condition without spending a fortune. Make the switch to Polish today. Head over to www.polishyourlatex.com and use code COUCH for a 15% discount on your next order. Remember, that's COUCH at polishyourlatex.com. The ultimate solution for all your latex care needs. You're listening to The Shiny Sofa, the official podcast from Latex 24/7, the premier online magazine dedicated to latex fashion news, reviews, and interviews.
Welcome back to the Shiny Sofa, the latex fashion podcast brought to you by Latex 24/7. Joining us again this episode is the amazing latex designer Natasha Tonks of Seven Sin Latex. Welcome back, Natasha. Good to see you.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Really, really appreciate it.
No, thank you for inviting me.
It's always fab to speak to people about this shared love of latex. So, what was your kind of first exposure, your first experience to latex clothing? Where did it all start?
I guess it started probably at college, and Bazaar magazine. I'm going to show my age. Bazaar magazine, yeah. Getting copies of Bazaar magazine, and I was checking through them and seeing Masumi Max and Bianca Bouchon.
Yeah, of course.
All those high-profile fetish models of the late 90s, early 2000s. So, and then I think around about the same time, Elliot had been to Berlin with college to do some project over there, and he brought me back a copy of Marquee.
Okay, yeah.
And it got D21Ts on the front. And I was quite obsessed with detail at that time as well. So
I don't think you're the only one, to be fair. You weren't the only one.
So yeah, I think that those two things combined really, kind of struck a nerve. I think I remember seeing Emily Marilyn in the same Marquee magazine. It was Emily Marilyn in a pseudo kudo 2-piece. I think it was leopard print.
Yep.
And I think just after that point, I was pretty obsessed with the shiny fabric of latex.
And that was it. You were hooked. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
What other than that shininess? What was it that appealed to you, and what do you think? Can you put a kind of can you kind of pinpoint what it was that made you think that's something that's different to traditional fabrics, that's unique, that's what can you kind of describe what it was that attraction that was to it?
I'd never seen anything like it up until that point. Obviously there was PVC, but to a latex connoisseur, there is a massive difference between latex and PVC. Obviously, of course, just a vanilla, they wouldn't notice the differences. But so up until that point, I dabbled in PVC, but when I saw latex, I was like, that's just a whole another world. I was really intrigued. Obviously, being 16, 17, I hadn't got the funds to start ploughing into the fetish hobby. I don't know what you want to call it. Obsession. At that point, so it was just admiring from afar. But it was. I think it was just the fact that I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get that. It's because it is unique, because it is something that's, as you say, different to PVC, different to leather, spandex, because of that. Just the way it kind of hugs the body so much, just in such a different way, isn't it? You know, it's cool.
There's different facets to it. There's the hugging, the skin tightness.
Yeah.
There's the smell as well.
Yeah.
I quite like the smell of rubber. So that's another layer to, I guess, why I quite like it. So
cool. So you mentioned there that you were doing that at college. You mentioned Elliot going up to Berlin to do projects and stuff. So was that what kind of gave you the motivation and the inspiration to start Seven Sin Latex?
No, we didn't start Seven Sin until quite a few years later. We went to college, did uni, moved over to Canada for a while.
Awesome.
It wasn't until we decided to come back that we decided to set something up. Having finished uni slap bang in the middle of the recession in 2008, 9.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, sounds about right. Yes.
There was not many job opportunities going, so we decided to bugger off out of the country for a while. And then when we got bored over there, we came back. And neither of us wanted to be in the same situation as we were before we went out.
Yeah.
So it was a case of, well, no one's going to give us an opportunity, so let's make one for ourselves.
Yeah. Good advice. Yeah.
So we both got, I got a little part-time job that started off as 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Working in a wedding dress shop.
Okay.
And Elliot got a job as well. So this little part-time job was supposed to, I could do both. I could do 3 days at work and still get some money in.
Yeah.
And also 3 days where I could focus on building a business and a brand.
Of course, yeah.
But as things, because the wedding dress shop was just starting out, they started to grow and get busy, so they needed me more and more and more.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for a while, I was full time there, and Seven Sin took a bit of a backseat. So
okay.
But then it got to the point where we were doing more, and I had to step back and say, "Yeah, I don't need my job anymore."
Yeah. Having
adios.
Having that full-time job and doing a second venture on the side, it's never an easy thing, is it? It's
no, it was some ridiculous hours were pulled, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's 100% worth. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know that feeling, definitely. It's very similar here with what Latex 24/7's doing. So yeah, completely can concur with that. So when you started Seven Sin, was that a case of wanting to do something new, or did you take inspiration from other brands, designers? Did you think there was a sort of segment, niche in the market that was something that maybe hadn't been tapped yet that Seven Sin could fit?
Yeah. So when we started, we actually went through the Princess Trust and got a loan. We decided we didn't want to reinvent the wheel. But I wanted an avenue to be creative.
Yeah.
Latex was something I was interested in.
Yeah.
I did my final major project in with latex. So
Cool.
I'd already kind of got the bug, making it. I wanted to sort of progress and find out more about it rather than just wearing it. So we, like I said, we got a loan from Princess Trust.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do a lot of detailed and delicate pieces.
Yeah.
We found that when sort of researching other brands that it was all just very blocky or just one colour or two colours with a trim.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring a fashion element to it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make latex fashion. I knew I wanted to make fetish wear.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make it a little bit more elevated.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So we got the loan from Princess Trust and we bought the laser cutter.
Yeah.
It's still doing us 10 years later. Bless. It's like Trigger's broom. It's probably not the same laser cutter we bought. There's so many repairs and tubes and power packs, and so it's not the same one, but it is.
I love a good Fools and Horses reference. Well, yeah. I think that comes across with designs that they're not just one block color, are they? They're not just made from, in some cases, single sheets of latex or whatever. They're a composite of those different techniques and different colours and shapes. And that gives it that different fashion element to it, without a doubt. Yeah. What was the most nerve-wracking part of starting your business? What was the biggest fear that you had when you started Seven Sin?
Well, as I'd already mentioned, we'd both got jobs.
Yeah.
So there wasn't that oh my God, if this doesn't work, we're going to lose everything. Because we knew going in that we'd got the money to pay the mortgage, pay bills, whatever it was. Yeah. So in terms of that, it wasn't too nerve-wracking. What I would say is nerve-wracking even to this day is whenever I send orders out, or maybe not so much the standard lines or the standard ranges that we do, but certainly if I've made an adjustment to something or there's a complete custom piece going out, I get such anxiety the whole entire time until I hear anything back from sometimes I don't even hear anything back from them, so I'm just this scrunched up ball of anxiety for days on end, until I send the next thing out, and then I'm worrying about that. So well, that's the most nerve-wracking bit, but I guess it shows that I care.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely. It shows that you have a concern that the product that gets there is what the customer asked for, and probably more beyond. I would have thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to disappoint people, so that's nerve-wracking.
Well, there you go, folks. If you ever buy anything from Seven Sin, make sure that you, and I suggest you do, make sure that you message Natasha and tell her how great the product is when it's arrived.
Please.
For those people who maybe don't understand the production process of a latex garment, can you kind of give us a sort of a quick idea of the process that's gone through from the conception to the final manufacture?
Yeah. So, it usually starts off with me having an idea.
Yeah.
So I'll go in and speak to Elliot, and he'll usually go, "No, that's impossible. We're not doing that. Stop talking shit." Which then leads on to us having maybe a 2 or 3 hour argument about this design, why it would work or why it wouldn't work, and we go back and forth for ages, and then we'll come to either a compromise,
Yeah, it's always good,
or we just realise that we've been coming at the same problem but just from opposite and we'll both go, "Well, that's what I was saying." He goes, "Yeah, well, that's what I was saying." It's like, so why are we having this argument? So, yeah, pretty much every design we've ever done, there is an argument behind it that's almost come to us quitting, divorcing, like leaving one another. But I guess because we've been together for so long.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I've been with Elliot since I was 15.
Yeah.
So I've been with him 23 years. So it's just a way that we work things out.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a normal way of working things out, but it works for us. And if we don't have a raging argument about something, we know that neither of us feel particularly passionate about it. So if I go in and then it's like, okay, it doesn't stir anything in him, so it doesn't give him, the feels, the feeling. So
it comes back to that caring, doesn't it? Caring about what you're producing, caring about what you're designing, and if you haven't got that passion for it, then, as you say, clearly the design's not really one that's going to be a goer.
Yeah. And so we'll have the argument. We'll say yes or no. I'll sit down and I'll draft the pattern out. If it's got like an etch design on it or something, Elliot will sit down and design that. That process in itself can be ridiculously long.
Yeah.
Just because of the way I work, most of the time I'll say, I just want something pretty. And you'll go, well, yeah, but what elements do you want in it? I'm like, I don't know. You know the kind of things I like. So, I think when we designed the bullion range, and we did
remember that one, yes,
and we did the etch design, for that on the Esme set. I think that etch, that design, probably took about 3 months.
Wow.
Like to work on, because there was just Elliot would work on it in the evening and we'd both kind of come to it and go, no. And it's not until but neither of you know why it's not right, but you know it's not right. So it's just like, okay, well, let's change this thing here for this thing here. And it's a process. It's a fun process, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good. And iterating on that design each time eventually, of course, allows you to get to that point at which you can start cutting and sticking and gluing and whatever things, can't you? So really, really fab. What is it that you enjoy most about working with latex, other than the smell of the rubber? what challenges do you think that you get with latex that maybe you might not get with traditional materials?
Well, the fact that it doesn't have a grain line is fantastic. I hate working with normal fabrics. Just when I was at uni, the grain line was the bane of my life. Like, sit right. So the fact that you can just draw a pattern and slap it down and just there's hardly any waste.
Yeah.
Like, mind you, having said that, the latex bag of scraps that's under my desk, you wouldn't tell that there was no waste. The fact that it's got no grain line is fantastic. I guess the difficult part of working with it is that there's no counterpart to latex. So whereas within, like, with fashion, nice normal fashion, whenever you make something up, you make a toile, which is usually out of a cheaper version of whatever you're using. There isn't a cheaper version of latex.
No,
There's nothing that you can work with to try and test your patterns, your fit, other than latex. So it makes it a little bit more difficult when you're prototyping things, and because you've got to use the latex.
Yeah.
So it makes it a bit more expensive. So you just got to maybe cross your fingers that your pattern's all right the first time. It never is.
Just count on that experience that you've got, and hope that the best happens. Yeah. Your designs that you and Elliot produce over at Seven Sin, you design a number of different garments: dresses, underwear, leggings, skirts, corsets, bras, accessories, as well as male orientated garments such as briefs and shirts, which is always fab to see. Which are the most popular designs that you tend to sell, and are there particular requests that are, or frequent requests, for specific type of garments?
I'd say at the moment I can't seem to keep circle skirts stocked in for love nor money. So I don't know. I don't know if they're particularly good or they're just in at the moment.
They're quite versatile, aren't they? That they can be worn with so much other stuff, both latex and non-latex, and it's a great entry point as well for people that maybe haven't experienced the full range of latex clothing that's out there. It's a great start to that wardrobe.
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah, it is. Yes, definitely.
So, the other good seller is the Signature collection.
Yep.
Which is the skull etch.
Yep.
That's just a constant. I think that's a constantly good seller. So, and it's fun to do. I do enjoy doing that set. So yeah.
Bro. We've kind of touched on it a little bit already earlier on, but I always like to ask people that I speak to that work with latex. What's the reaction of the customers like to you? Clearly, it's all about making sure the customer's happy. Is that reaction something that continues to drive you to just do more and more and manufacture more and more?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, reactions sort of as to when they open their item, I'm never there, so I never get to see that reaction. But obviously, with us doing events like LAM and LBB and BBB, I get to see the reactions of people there, from people that, like, say, have never tried it before, so are just coming to have a bit of a try on. They either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
And then you get the people that see the more detailed pieces, like the lace corset we have. So yeah, it's a combination of different reactions, really. Most of them are positive.
Good.
I can probably only count on my hand the few reactions that have been negative, but they tend to be in more general public situations. We did Leeds Gothica.
Yep.
I think it was, can't remember whether it was, I don't think it was during lockdown, because obviously we wouldn't have been able to have traded.
Of course, yeah.
But certainly there were still restrictions.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember one, and that's in a big open market. I don't know if you've been before, but like open air markets.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of in the middle of the one in Leeds. So it's open to everyone doing their Saturday shopping, going to get some fruit and veg from the fruit and veg man to the
your latex from Seven Sin, yeah.
And there we are trying to peddle our latex kinky wear. So I remember a girl walked past with her mum, and she was obviously clearly interested. I don't think she was much older than, say, 14, 15.
Yeah.
But she clearly wanted to come and have a look. But her mum was not having any of it. She was like, oh, like dragged her away. Like, you don't want to get involved with that. It's just that. But I thought it was quite sad in a way that her mum's sowing that, like, seed of, that's weird, that's taboo.
Yeah.
You don't want any of that, because, it's, for all she knows, like, she might have wanted to be a fetish model.
It's sadly still got that stigma to it, hasn't it? That people, as you say, consider that it's seedy and fetish, and of course in lots of cases latex clothing, will be that, but it doesn't have to be. And there's, particularly with stuff that you guys design, there's so much that isn't. It's so much that can be just everyday wear. Yeah, cool. You mentioned there about events such as LAM, London Alternative Market, the Boutique Bazaar, BBB. What benefits do you think there are for people that haven't necessarily tried latex before? What benefit do you think there are for people to come to events like that, to actually be able to not only meet the designer, but also to be able to physically touch and see the products?
Well, you can't touch through a screen yet.
Yeah.
You might be in maybe 10 years. Certainly not right now. So, you get the benefit of being able to, like, touch it.
Yeah.
And feel the thickness or the thinness of the item. And the quality, you get to physically look at it.
Yeah.
As well, so you can see the quality of it. Sometimes when you're photographing an item, because it is so shiny, it's difficult to get the details.
Yeah.
Because the shine is like bouncing off, so you can't quite appreciate the amount of detail or the detail on the item. So like seeing the skull etch physically for the first time, I think is different than seeing it on a screen.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, you get to try it on almost risk-free, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you buy something online, you've got to pay the money to get it on. Whereas if you come to an event, you can rock up and say, "Well, I've never tried latex before.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it or if I do." So you just stick something on, and they go, "This looks fucking amazing." They go, "Ooh, it's slippy and too tight. Get it off me." But you're not having to pay for the privilege of doing that. Which if you don't like it, it's you're gonna have to go through that whole process of sending it back and all that. So I think and it's not just us that's there either. There's other latex companies, so you can go and see what they've got on offer, and just have fun and spend all your money with me.
I think, and you also get the benefit, of course, of being able to speak to yourselves and the other designers, get measured correctly.
Yeah.
So that when you as a customer, you do try something on, you're going to get something that's going to fit properly.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Try your standard sizes on. I mean, the amount of people that come to me and they've said, "Oh, I'm this size." Okay, well, or for instance, "Oh, I'm such a random size, I'm going to need made to measure." And you're like, "Okay, well, let's just stick this on and see how this fits first. Because if it fits, there's no point you spending the extra money on getting made to measure. Because if a standard size fits you, then I'm not going to charge you extra.
Fair.
More work." So, yeah.
So the big question then is what would you say to anyone that was interested in wearing latex, people that hadn't? What piece of advice would you give them?
Get your ass down to an event. Come down. No, it's if you can't make it to one, I would start small.
Yeah.
It can be
That makes sense.
Can be an expensive hobby to have. So don't go rushing into it and getting a full on catsuit with hood and gloves and you name it, because you might end up putting it on and going, "Oh, absolutely not." There's a difference between a catsuit and, say, a circle skirt. Yeah. So if somebody was to say, you can like latex, but you might not like the catsuit latex side, but you might like the circle skirt side. So why would you jump into buying a full-on catsuit before you've tried something slightly smaller? Build it up.
Completely agree with that, Tash. Completely agree. If you could create a latex outfit for anyone in the world, who would it be and why? And can you describe what that outfit would be?
So the lady from Liquid Disco said Grimes.
Yeah.
And I would love to do something for Grimes, but I'm not going to say Grimes because she said do you know what? I'm going to go absolutely bonkers and say Salvador Dali. Do you know, like, bollocks to their celeb endorsements or the influencers, like, whatever they could do for my social media profile.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, the man accessorized with an anteater. Like, and how much crazy could you get? Like, I think he did a lecture for a New York university once in a turn of the century scuba suit.
Okay. I think I know what you mean. Yes, yeah.
And halfway,
up.
like with the big old metal, So obviously, not one person heard what he said, and I think halfway through the lecture he passed out because he couldn't breathe. The man is insane. I think it was so wild to make something for him. Not for him, but because I don't think he'd probably be into latex. We could, I don't know, but I think
something where you'd work collaborate with him and produce something. Yes,
but I guess he's dead, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So I'd probably it'd probably be for myself because I don't have that much latex. I'm so busy making stuff for everyone else. I never get to make anything for myself. I've got the crappiest latex wardrobe. So
there you go. You need to learn about that, Natasha. Yeah, that's New Year's resolution for 2024.
Less customers.
Less customers. Oh, man, maybe not. What short-term and long-term goals have you got for the business and Seven Sin? What do you think's going to be? What do you think's still going to be with us in 5 years' time? What do you think's going to be different? What sort of trends and changes can you see over the next 5 to 10 years, both in the world of latex fashion and with Seven Sin as well?
I don't think much is going in terms of like latex fashion. I don't think much is going to change. I think we're at its peak.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to go completely back in the closet, but I don't think we're going to get. I don't think Primark are going to be doing their own latex range anytime soon. Like it's. I think we've got the celebrities wearing it. We've got it's in the music videos. It's. I think it's in the media.
Yeah.
As much as it's going to be. It's not like latex isn't conducive to the fast fashion world.
Of course not. No.
So it's like I said, you're not going to see it in New Look or. I mean, I think there has been. It's certainly in Topshop in London. I think I did see a piece, but
there's been a few. Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, it's just somebody who's going to walk past and go, "Ew, it's slimy," isn't going to be looking after their latex, are they? So I just don't think. And latex is. You have to enjoy that. You have to enjoy the ritualistic cleaning it and looking after it like it's a baby, making sure it doesn't get too hot or too cold, and moisturizing it so it doesn't bloom. It's not. You're not going to. The person who shops in Primark all the time is not going to.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think we're going to see it on the shelves of your favourite fashion shop anytime soon. It's still too much of a niche for the for companies to go to put their money into, I guess. I mean, they don't want some of the money, they want all of the money.
Yeah.
So to say, we'll alienate 50% of our customers, just to get 50%. And let's face it, who would want a Primark made skirt anyway.
Well, yeah, probably rip after one wear, wouldn't it? And that's if you should get it on without ripping it in the first place. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of Seven Sin, I don't know. I think quite humble goals here. I don't want a team of blue monkeys. I do not want to be a people manager.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do. I have incredible enjoyment and job fulfillment.
Cool.
Being so immersed and just so into what I'm doing, hands on.
And still been able to give it that personal touch as well, isn't it? Because as you say, it is just the two of you doing it. It's
You'd lose complete track of everything. You wouldn't have that care and attention, I guess. So I just I like working alone as well. I think I look back at all of the techniques and things that I've learnt or taught myself, and to think about having to teach someone. I've honed these skills over what came back from Canada 2011. So, well over 10 years.
Yeah.
And then before that, I'd got the fashion design background. So I'd got the pattern cutting and the construction side of things, sort of. So where I could easily teach somebody, it's definitely something that you can learn. But teaching somebody takes me away from doing what I love to do, which is create and make, essentially.
Fab. That's that's definitely come across. Yes, it's as well as being a personal project. It's something that you love doing. So long may that continue. Yeah, definitely. Do you want to just give everyone a quick reminder before we go about where they can find you online, your socials and websites and things?
Oh God, I'm going to have to remember that. See, that's another thing I'm awful at. Social media. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. On Facebook, Seven Sin Latex.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I believe we're 7_Sin Latex.
That sounds right to me. Yes. Yeah.
We're on Set Life.
Yeah.
Seven Sin Latex, I think.
Cool. And of course, there's the website as well, isn't there, that people can view your catalogue from and awesome. Cheers, Natasha. Thank you. It's been fab to speak to you. We'll speak again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you for listening to my mad ramblings.
It's a pleasure. Cheers, Natasha. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for on this episode of The Shining Sofa. Many thanks to our special guest Natasha of Seven Sin for being with us today. We hope you found The Shining Sofa comfy and will join us again next time. Be sure to check out today's sponsor, polishyourlatex.com, and remember to use coupon code COUCH for 15% off all orders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button wherever you listen to your podcast, and be sure to head over to latex247.co.uk for all latest latex fashion news and reviews.